All right. The 2026 draft is in the books, and it was fucking interesting because, like, this wasn't the best draft class we've ever gotten in, like, the past few years. Like, we've been a little spoiled, to be fair, and I feel like n- next year is what we're waiting for because that draft class will be fucking stacked. So we'll see, like, how that goes. But for now, this is what we got, and it wasn't great, but it had players. I fucking hope it did. And this is like what my opinion would be if I were to give every single team like a grade and how they did. Cardinals. I'm a little disappointed that they didn't roll this with like the season out with Tyler Algier because that would have been cool if he was the starting running back for a team again. But I guess that's fine. Jeremiah Love is a very good running back prospect. He will bring an extra oomph, but this is also the second fucking time Tyler Algier has been replaced with a better prospect. So, it's still a better idea to like um get a better running back, but they're paying him a lot of money. Like Jesus. But yeah, I settled on A minus because Jeremiah Love's a very good prospect. Chase Masantes fell to them in the second round. I thought he had a chance of being a first rounder. I thought the Texans might have snagged him, but nope. They got him, and that's a very good replacement for Evan Brown, I guess. um, yeah, I think they'll add a young prospect to that O line, making it better and better. So yeah, that's a very good pick. And the most intriguing pick is Carson Beck. He has a good chance to start because fucking Jacoby Brissett's asking for a contract extension, which like I get, but at the same time, eh, I still think like Carson Beck is not like my favorite quarterback prospect, but he is experienced. Like he has been in college for a while, so you never know. I think he has a chance to start, which honestly you might as well, because if he actually does good, then you can avoid quarterback next year. And if he does not, well then you'll have a high enough pick to draft fucking Arch Manning. So there you go. Otherwise, yeah, Caleb Proctor's alright, and yeah. Otherwise, I think their first four picks really tell. If you like these grades, sometimes use most of the time I don't really factor in like the 5 to 7 range unless they're like noticeable. I do like Reggie Virgil a little bit, but hmm, yeah, A minus grade for the the higher end picks they made. I know that's a little biased. Well, not even biased, just like a very noob way to go around grades. But yeah, I originally had this as like an A, and then I realized, holy shit, this is not an A, but this was a good draft class. I was fucking hoping that Avion Terrell was gonna fall to the Packers, but I mean, yeah, they didn't even need corner all that badly. But if you have a chance to draft AJ Terrell's brother at 16, then you're gonna take it. He is a very good prospect. I was I was very surprised that he fell all the way to fucking the 16th pick of the second round. But yeah, that's a very good steal for the Falcons. Pair him up with his brother, and that would be nice. And another steal, Zachariah Branch. That's a good fucking receiver. You don't have to throw John Dotson out there anymore. You can just throw him out there. He's a good receiver. I'm fucking surprised he didn't go in the second. But I guess, all right. And also, Harold Perkins to the sixth round. What are we on? Like that's a really good steal as well. Otherwise, Ken Gill Daniels, you got Harold Perkins though. I was hoping the Packers would draft him in the third round, and the Falcons got him in the sixth. So hey, you'll take it. Quality steals, especially if you're not having a first round pick, apparently. Oh yeah, I forgot. The Rams traded for that. We'll get to that later. But yeah. I like this draft for what they had. And our first A plus of the video, I think the Ravens fucking killed it in the draft. Omega Ioane, much needed help for Lamar Jackson. He's not completely out of the woods because you like Chris Lindstrom, Tyler Linderbaum leave in free agency. I almost said Tyler whatever. Yeah, that's very needed help. Good guard prospect, and they needed this badly. And then they got Zion Young to pair with Trey Hendrickson. That defense might be scary now. And then back-to-back receivers, both being good prospects. You're fucking making this team a threat. And Chandler Rivers, Mr. Operator, who let this team get the fucking best players in the draft? Like, holy shit. And also Matthew. And no, what am I talking about? That's actually that's a good fucking Isaiah Likely replacement. Not what am I on? Oh, what's his name? I forgot. Yeah, very good like draft class because they needed to replace a lot of the free agents they lost, and you know what? They did it fucking well. They upgraded over some free agents and they replaced. These are like my two favorite, honestly, because they can finally like get more explosiveness instead of just throwing Nuke out there. Like, yeah, easy A plus at least for me. And then a complete 180 because my second favorite team in the NFL kind of sucked. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was really hoping that Omar Cooper Jr. would be a Bill, and I thought, oh my god, he fell all the way to the we traded down. Okay, well maybe we can get up with our next pick. Oh, we traded down again. Oh, and the Jets traded up, and then we fucking traded down again. But yeah, otherwise they eventually got T.J. Parker. I'm so pissed. I'm still pissed they traded down 3 times. But yeah, T.J. Parker is a Bill. I don't know if that'll completely solve their edge problem because he's a good prospect. I think he's a little underrated considering that he did have a down year from 2024, but he still had a good year. So I like this pick. It helps obviously, but Davison, I'm not even gonna try and say that last name. That's not the best pick in the world. That's not the best pick in the world, but I mean it is another hot body out there, so I guess that's the thing. I was also a little pissed they traded out in one spot so they couldn't get Gerard McCoy, so that kind of sucked. But eh, eh. They did get back-to-back steals. Skylar Bell and Caleb Alarms, or I still don't know how to say last names, but Skylar Bell's a nice steal, pretty good receiver to have out there, and yeah, Caleb, I like that as well. But yeah, otherwise it's kind of fucking sucked. Like, oh, they yeah, they get a D. I did not like this draft. And also, yeah, I'm fucking conflicted on the Panthers draft. I don't know about the Monroe Freeling pick because, in theory, it makes sense because he is, in my opinion, like either him or Max Ichenor as like the most raw tackle prospect in the first round because he didn't start a lot of games. So he he's still a left tackle though. That's like the main reason why he went this high. And he's a sick athlete. So I don't fully know what their plan is at tackle because they still have Iki Kwanu, but he has a really big injury. And I thought, oh, they're just gonna sign Rasheed Walker for a 1 year deal so he can like be there in place of Iki. And then they drafted Monroe Freeling. Like, I know Taylor Moton's on the other side at right tackle, but like, who are they gonna move out there then? Like when he's eventually gone, because he's in his 30s. Like, so I don't know what their plan is, but like I guess if I were to guess, maybe they move Icky to right tackle and then maybe develop Monroe behind Walker. I guess. I don't know. That pick is a little confusing to me. But they did get Lee Hunter. That was a good pick. I liked that. Have someone alongside Derek Brown because Lord knows you fucking needed it. And Chris Brazzell, like again, like third round pick, receiver. You have like Legette's not a world beater, but like that's still somebody out there. And you just signed John Mechie, so like why? Why another one? You have McMillan, Coker. You don't need another one in the third round, dude. Like you have other priorities. And they didn't draft a single tight end. Not a one. So like what's the plan here? Like okay. Yeah, that's why I gave it like a C plus. I think I also like the Sam Hedget pick. But yeah, otherwise I don't know how I feel about this draft. I feel like they could have drafted positions of need, but instead they went for Chris Brazzle. I'm gonna start fucking beefing with them. But yeah. Maybe they panicked because Kenyon CD got picked before them. And this also pisses me off because the Bears had a really good draft. Dylan Thieneman fell all the way to 25. People like thought he could have gone like number 12 to the goddamn Cowboys. But nope, all the way to the Bears. And that is an insane steal for them because they lost Jaquan Brisker and Kevin Byard. This is a very good replacement because you already they already got another safety. I know that, but like yeah, very good fucking pick. Then they got Logan Jones, just in case if Garrett Bradbury really does suck at center, you have a very good replacement for him. And Sam Roush. How many tight ends do you fucking need? Like, save them for the rest of us. Hot damn. And also, they got fucking Malik Muhammad. That's also a good pick. Like, and Xavier Thomas is not a world beater, but hey, you can have another receiver out there. You can't complain with that, especially because you just traded DJ Moore. But like, they fucking got some good steals. That's why I gave them an A plus because they cooked a little bit. They fucking cooked, and they have like the best fucking tight end group in the fucking league, like whole league. Yeah, very very good draft for the Bears. And not you could not say the same about the Bengals. Yeah, I gave him a D minus. I gave him a D minus. I gave him a D minus because I don't know because like Shamar Stewart was their first round pick, and you know what they're thinking is like, oh, he didn't have a very good rookie year because he was still like kind of a raw prospect. Let's get another Texas A&M pass rusher. Maybe that'll help. Yeah, I guess you'll have Texas A&M pass rush, so that'll be freaking interesting. And then I mean, I liked Connor Liu. That's a good pick. But then I was kind of overshadowed by the fact they took another fucking center. I don't know how I feel about this fucking draft class. I don't even know. Like Cassius Howell had some like issues with his arm length, but I still think he's a good pass rusher. That's the only reason I didn't give him an F because Cassius Howell was a good pick. Kinda. They needed edge rusher, but I feel like not in this way. Yeah, this will be. I don't think this draft will be very good in the future. And then the Browns fucking cooked. Holy shit. They got one of the best players in the league already. Justin Jefferson for a 6th round pick. Oh, yeah. I was hoping he'd go to the Vikings, but nah, sadly not. Spencer Fano was their first round pick. I like that a lot because they needed as much O line help as they could have because that O line was fucking is atrocious and it was atrocious. So this will help. And then Casey Contraception was drafted over Omar Cooper Jr. I would have been happy if they would have like it would have made sense if they did, but hey, I had this in my mock draft, so I'll take it. um, yeah, I don't know how I feel about that one because You already have Jerry Judy, so why get another one? And also Denzel Boston. I was really like I don't know where he was gonna go, and I think the last person I would have expected was the Browns after drafting Casey Contraception. But hey, he's still a good player, and you know what? You could have still used receiver. So I think that's a smart idea to draft two because you could never have too many, honestly. And then they got one of like the biggest steals of the draft. Emmanuel McNeil Warren fell all the way to like the bottom of the second so that the Browns could snag him. That's a good fucking pick. Like, you'll take it. You could use him definitely. And also Austin Barber. You'll take it. And like the most intriguing pick easily is Taylon Green from Arkansas. Another quarterback. like is okay, I think he's like more of a raw prospect as a quarterback. Does this mean you're gonna actually start Deshaun Watson? How many fucking quarterbacks do you need? Like, I don't think Dylan Gabriel is gonna probably be on the team for any longer. I don't know what they're gonna do with Shador, and I don't really hope they don't start Deshaun, or else there's gonna be riots. I'm not gonna riot. People are gonna riot. But otherwise, I still think A plus is deserving. They fucking killed it. And also, the Cowboys got an A. Caleb Downs is a Cowboy. I don't know why I didn't expect this. I mean, a high profile team, very popular prospect. Little shocking he was in the top 10 pick. I thought the Chiefs traded up initially to draft him, but eh, still a safety. And hey, I'm glad they didn't double dip because they just signed Jalen Thompson. This will be a good Malik Hooker replacement. So there you go. And Malachi Lawrence. I felt like they were a Keldrick Falk team, but eh, he's still a good pass rusher. And they double dipped with Deshaun Barham. I butchered the shit out of that. Okay, just make sure. Yeah. Uh, double dipped, triple dipped. I just realized we'll get to that, but that was also a steal. I thought he could have definitely been a second rounder, so that's good. And then LT Overton, they fucking like apparently it takes 3 picks to even match Micah Parsons' production. Like holy shit. But yeah, otherwise I think it's still an A because that's 3 quality pass rushers with also a couple with a tackle and a corner. I don't know. And also Caleb Downs, obviously. So I think they heavily focus on defense, which will prove to be very vital. And also the Broncos. I don't know how I feel about this. I probably could have gone lower personally because I like the Tyler Onyedem pick because that's a good John Franklin Myers replacement. Jonah Coleman, though, I feel like Mike Washington was a better prospect to me at least, but it is what it is. I like the Justin Jolly pick because it might be Jolie, who knows? Um, yeah, because Evan Ingram's not going to be there forever, so that's a good. Yeah. Otherwise, I really don't have any strong opinions about this draft class. That's why I gave it just a strong C. And then the Lions. I am Yeah, I don't know if this is playing it safe or risking it because they passed on Monroe Freeling. That was surprising because I had them trading up for Monroe Freeling, and he fell into their lap just for them to pass on him. Interesting, especially for a right tackle, which means Penei Sewell is going to be playing left tackle. That is risky because he's already the best right tackle in the league. So moving him to left is going to be a risk because he's been playing like 5 or 6 seasons at right tackle. So you're gonna hope he can still play like that on the other side because that's a completely different game, basically. So yeah, it's a little bit of a risk, but if anybody can do it, it's Benet. And also they got Derek Moore. that's a good pick as well. Back-to-back Michigan boys, I'm realizing. But yeah, you need someone alongside Aiden Hutchinson. Might as well pair him up with another Michigan boy. And you know what? Fuck it, let's get another Michigan guy on the linebacker side. Yippee! Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, I think top heavy definitely, and it will really show to see like if Panay Sewell actually can adjust to left tackle. But yeah, imagine if Blake Miller just sucks and then they just moved Panay for nothing. We'll see. We will see. Only time will tell. I also gave the Packers a B minus. Is this bias? Almost definitely yes, but Brandon Cisse fell to the pack. That's a good thing because the corners were just falling, like tumbling down. Gerard McCoy was a fourth round pick, and Brandon Cisse had no reason to fall this far, but we'll take it. He's a little bit of a raw prospect, which maybe is a concern because they really need corner. So I don't know who the fuck he's gonna learn behind, but he's very good in man coverage. So we will see how Jonathan uses him, and also Chris McClellan. 100% honest with you. I did not know who this guy was before he got drafted by the Packers, and it made instant sense when I realized he was a very versatile, like D line guy. Like he could be used on the edge or defensive tackle. We fucking love those guys. But yeah, otherwise, I mean, at least they double dipped on corners. Thank God. And we were the only team to draft a kicker. Cool, man. I thought we were gonna go the substitute teacher. Well, what the fuck? But yeah, otherwise, they got the best kicker in the draft. That's cool. Yeah, B minus I think works. They had a good draft, and that's really it. But the Texans, ooh. Kalen Rutledge was their first round pick after they traded up. That's good. They needed someone in that interior O line. Hell, I could have fucking seen them still drafting a tackle because Ariante Ursary is still up in the air. But yeah, Kalen Rutledge was a good pick. Very good pick, honestly. And then my favorite pick, Kalen McDonald fell to the Texans. Oh my value, Batman. That was a fucking good pick because they needed someone alongside Sheldon Rankins. Now you got Will Anderson, Danielle Hunter, Sheldon Rankins, and Caden McDonald. Who is stopping this? Like nobody is going to get any yards. They might be the first team to actually have a negative yard thing in their defense. Also Marlon Keelan or Kalen, I guess. Back up to Dalton Schultz, maybe a precursor to his demise. But yeah, otherwise, these two picks are just basically what I'm doing. I fucking love both of those picks so much that it just catapulted them to A minus. Like I love their first two picks. And the Colts, A. C for Colts. I liked their first pick and their last pick, and that was about it. I didn't feel anything strongly about anything else, but you got your Zaire Franklin replacement. That's huge. Like CJ Allen, I'm surprised he fell that far. Consider I thought he was gonna go pick 20 in the first round, not in the second round, but you'll take it. He's a good prospect. And Deion Burks fell all the way to the fucking 7th round. He almost went undrafted. That's a huge steal, Batman. Like that was a very good pick by the Colts. I almost said Texans, but yeah. Otherwise, I don't feel strongly about anybody else. Yeah, that's it. I was so close to giving the Jaguars an F, but then I realized something. Emmanuel Pregnon was their third round pick. That's a good pick. Ooh, that's a good pick. Yeah, I like that pick a lot. That's it. That's all I like. That's literally the only. I like it so much. I got the Like there's some other there's some other picks where I gave him an F and I still like some of the picks. I like Emmanuel Perkins that much to bump him up to a D minus. Otherwise, they kind of did shit. I was a little surprised. I was surprised they didn't draft a running back at all. Like you're gonna roll the season with Basil Tootin and Chris Rodriguez. Like I believe in Basil Tootin, but just having him like with no backup plan, it's a little risky. Yeah. I went backwards. Yeah. Otherwise, D minus. Yeah. And yeah, I think the Chiefs are back. Mansell Delane was their first round pick. Yeah, makes sense. Obviously, I think made a lot of sense. Peter Woods was their other first round pick after they traded Trent McDuffie, so they basically swapped Mansour Delane with Trent McDuffie. I don't think that will age very well. I think Mansour Delane will be good, not better than Trent McDuffie. That's a high standard. And Peter Woods. I was hoping you'd run the season with defensive tackle they snagged from the Patriots because he was just like a space eater. So I guess you're gonna have a different kind of style with Peter Woods, but it is what it is. And they got R. Mason Thomas, which is good because maybe you could like develop him a little bit because I do think he's a little bit of a raw pass rusher. But otherwise, you can just throw him out there and see what happens. And Emmett Johnson, holy moly, you got to back up to fucking Kenneth Walker already? That's impressive as shit. I wanted Emmett Johnson so badly to the Packers, but no, I guess not. And they finally found their next Patrick Mahomes with Garrett Nussmeier. They just needed a backup quarterback. They could not go with Gardner Minshew again. And yeah, we'll see because maybe they just give up on Justin Fields already. I just remembered that they just traded for Justin Fields, so we'll see. I guess maybe I don't know if they're trying to fucking replace. I don't know if they're trying to replace Patrick Mahomes or not. That'd be funny if they did. Yeah, I was a little pissed off when they passed on Keldrick Falk because Akeem Mesidor is a good player. The only problem is he's 25. I don't know why they like drafted him over Keldrick Falk when he was 20. Like I thought that okay, Akeem Mesidor is going to learn behind Khalil Mack because I think Tui Tuipulotu can get that side. If he starts over Tui, then I feel like that would be a little silly, but I think he'll still find. I think Tui will still find playing time. But that still doesn't like excuse the fact that Akeem Mesidor is 25 when if he is going to learn behind Khalil Mack for like a year or two, he will like 26 or like 27. Shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear any numbers. And Keldrick Falk would have been like 22 at the most. Like I get it. He's a better prospect than Keldrick Falk, but like Jesus. Why? I know I like Jake Slaughter pick. I still like Akeem Mesidor as a prospect. Other than that, they just went off the rails of just people who I don't think are gonna actually contribute a lot. So, I mean, it's nice that they drafted offensive line. They need as many bodies that aren't washed NFL players already, so they might as well get raw guys. But yeah, otherwise, I did not like this draft class. But at least it wasn't the fucking Rams. First F. Okay, listen. A lot of people will probably give the Rams an F, but okay, let's just get out of the way first. Ty Simpson went 13 overall to the Rams. I can't I can't get behind this. Like I like the fact that he's going to learn behind Stafford. I think that was best case scenario for Ty Simpson. Like Matthew Stafford's not going to be there for like the longest time. So you might as well make sure you get his replacement. The only problem is everybody's trying to copy what the Packers did with Jordan Love and Aaron Rodgers. Like with Michael Penix, people were like, oh, he's 24. Ty Simpson's 23. Like, he's not gonna be 20. Like, Jordan Love was 20 when he was drafted. So now, also, there's a reason why the Packers only won one Super Bowl with Rodgers and Favre is because we didn't go all in and instead worried about the future. This is what the Rams are doing, and it's confusing because they traded for Trent McDuffie. You don't make a win now move like that and then draft a quarterback at 13. That's not a win now move. That's preparing for the future, but then you trade for Trent McDuffie. You should just go all in at that point. Like, fuck. Like, holy shit. That just doesn't make any sense. You either go all in or you're preparing for your future. Like, I get Trent McDuffie's young. He'll be there for a while. But like, you have an MVP quarterback. You might as well not gamble on the fact of Ty Simpson being good. Like, I don't like it. I don't like it. I know I'm not the first person to tell you that though. Max Clare is, yeah. I really, besides the Ty Simpson thing, I'm not impressed with any other pick they made. Like, they really, they're still trying to figure out the Tyler Higbee replacement, which is just a luxury pick at this point because you are fine at tight end and a tackle that won't get a lot of playing time. So yeah, F, bad. Let's go back on the positive side of things with a draft class I am a little bit conflicted on. Let's start with the positives. They obviously had the number one overall pick, and they drafted Fernando Mendoza. I thought for a second they wouldn't. I don't know why, but I thought for a second they wouldn't on draft day. But obviously they didn't overthink it. Draft the quarterback of the future. But it is like basically almost guaranteed that he will not start. Kirk Cousins will be getting the initial start, which kind of makes sense. I don't know. I don't think the Bears will be half bad, and this time I actually mean it because they don't have fucking Geno Smith at quarterback, and they have a backup option. So yeah, I liked that pick a lot. And other like their next two picks were question. Their next three picks were questionable. Like, I like Trayden Stukes, not over some of the corners who were still on the board, but I guess that's fine. Kenyon Crawford is okay pick. I feel like you didn't really need edge rusher because you have Kwity Paye, you got that Max Crosby, whether you liked it or not. Malcolm Kuntz is still there, so that's a little bit of a questionable pick for edge rusher. I would have, yeah, I like Trey Kuhn. It's a very good center class, so you might as well get a backup for Linderbaum. And then they got Gerard McCoy, probably the biggest steal in the draft because I like if you can just be patient and wait for him to be healthy, you will get a very good corner. And even if he doesn't ever, like even if he doesn't get healthy, it's just a fourth round pick. It's not a risk. Like it is the most obvious pick to make because there literally is no risk and the rewards would be phenomenal. So yeah, that was a very, very good pick. And they got a backup to Ashton Genty. Like, they killed their high end picks. And the only reason why I don't give A plus is because, like, even in A, is that they kind of had three questionable picks in a row. So, but yeah, they were still quality picks though, which is why they are in A minus territory. I liked this draft, and the Raiders' future is looking pretty bright. I said that weird. um, yeah, I'm also going back and forth on this Dolphins draft class. I was a little shocked with Caden Proctor going that high, but there always is an Alabama player going a little too high, and apparently O lineman especially. We got Tyler Booker last year, and now we have Caden Proctor. That's really it. I like the fact that Chris Johnson was a first round pick. He deserved it. I don't. I wanted him to fall to the Packers because he was like such a Packers player, but I guess with fucking I guess with a lot of people coming from Green Bay to the Dolphins, I guess that makes sense why this kind of looked familiar to me. Um, they also got Jacob Rodriguez. There are a lot of parallels to the Packers. Yeah, I like their first three picks a lot. Like, and Chris Bell fell all the way to the Dolphins. Big ass injury for him, but when he's healthy, he's basically the best receiver on that team already. Like, better than Malik Washington is not very hard to do. So yeah, I could see Kevin Coleman getting a lot of playing time as well. So yeah. Otherwise, I think they had a pretty few quality picks. Yeah, just a good draft class, honestly. Just a B. Nothing too shabby. And we got a second F. These are the two-time champions because if I made content last year, I still would have given them an F last year. They did horrible last year, and they aren't any excuse here. Caleb Banks was their first round pick. Oops, spoilers. Yeah, Caleb fucking Banks was their first round pick. Like, I okay, if you just go past the injury stuff, he is a raw defensive tackle prospect with very good athletics. Look for a defensive tackle. The only problem is that boy hurting. Like, he is injured as hell, boy. Like, he is, yeah. People thought like he would just be a second rounder or third rounder. First round? What? That didn't make any sense to me at all. Like, that was like such a bad pick. If it works out, that's great, but like the odds are not in their favor. So, and Jake got it. Like, Jake, why him? I was happy because they were picking before the Packers. I was like, oh, thank God they didn't draft someone I wanted. But then I realized that they didn't draft anyone. Basically, this was bad. This is definitely up there for the worst draft class. It is. I think this is the worst draft class easily. It's either them or a different team we'll get to later. But yeah, I think this draft class was pretty horrible. And also the Patriots were not any far off, honestly. Like, Mike Vrabel didn't make any of these picks because he wasn't there for day 3. Fucking 6 selections were not made by the head coach of the team. And when he did make it, it wasn't the greatest. Like, I think Caleb Lamu is a good tackle prospect. I like the fact that they're moving Will Campbell to guard because he might be a fucking all-pro there. But like, Gabe Jacas is a good prospect, but like, okay, maybe it was a little too harsh because I do like Eli Raven. It's just like these all aren't gonna be very special picks. Like, I don't really see any of these guys turning out. So okay, maybe a D minus a little harsh. I'd bump that up to like a D plus because I don't really like Gabe Jacas too much, but Raridan is a good tight end prospect. I liked him coming on Notre Dame and Caleb Almu. So just imagine this as a plus. Okay? Yeah, because I don't think it was that bad. Just put this plus here and put it on the Patriots. But just copy and paste it because I still give the Saints a B plus because yeah, I like this draft class because Jordan Tyson was their pick, and you know what? I like this a lot because injuries are a concern for him, but the talent is fucking there. Like, talent wise, he is probably the best receiver in this class. The only problem is injuries are a problem, big time. But if he's hurt, they have people to step in for him, and they still have Chris Olave. So this is a very good selection because you can have someone alongside Chris Olave and still like have a receiver left for the Shuckman. Christian Miller also was a Saint. Is a Saint. That's good because you need someone on that D line. The only reason why it's like not in the A territory is because they didn't draft a single edge rusher. Like that was a little shocking, but Christian Miller will make up for that. He won't play edge rusher, but he will make up for the pressure. And also Oscar Delp is a good tight end to have. They have a crowded tight end room, but I think you can just have Noah Fant be the third one and just have him be in the backup, or have him play fullback. That'd be fun. Um, yeah. Otherwise, Lorenzo Styles was drafted. That's cool. I like this draft. That's really it. And it's our I don't know how many A pluses I've given out, but yeah, they had 4 straight picks of just absolute fucking masterpiece class. Alvaro Reese fell to number 5. I can't get behind it at all. Because I think it's just I'd rather have Alvaro Reese. Like you need someone off the edge, but I don't know if David Bailey was the one. Well, like we'll see how it goes. I feel like he wasn't worth the second overall pick. I'd have him in the middle of the draft if this was like a regular, if there's like more high end talent. So, eh. Kenyon Sadiq was also a big shocker because I did not expect that at all. Like, is it a good pick though? I'd say yeah because you have Mason Taylor. So that wait, I don't know. So Kenyon Sadiq will be a nice tight end one to have. So yeah, that's really it. He's a good fucking tight end to have. I'm pissed that Omar Cooper Jr.'s a Jet, bro. I want him to be a Bill so fucking bad, but he's a Jet. They needed a receiver pretty badly, so that's a very good pick. And they also got his teammate in D'Angelo Pons. People were comparing him to Aaron Glenn, and yeah, I can see it. Yeah, I like their first 4 picks a lot. Big ass names. And then they got Cade Klubnik in the 4th. I mean, at the very least, you can at least throw him out there if Geno Smith is just Geno Smith. So, yeah, we will see how this goes. This will be a very interesting year for the Jets. The Eagles probably had the biggest steal in the draft in Mekhi Lemon going at number 20. That was okay. Well, maybe not the biggest steal in the draft because I still think it's Gerard McCoy, but that's a pretty big steal. And that's basically just telling us, hey, AJ Brown's not an Eagle anymore. Basically, like he is not an Eagle anymore. Yeah, that's basically it. They'll have Hollywood, Wicks, Lemon, and Smith. Brown, I think an underrated place to go is the Raiders, but he's probably a Patriot already. If Mike Vrabel's not gonna mess with anything. Eli Stowers also. I feel like they've been trying to get their Dallas Goedert replacement for a little bit now, but we'll see. That this is a pretty high pick to invest, so he'll probably get playing time, but we'll see what happens with Dallas Goedert. Um, their most intriguing pick is easily Cole Payton because if you can develop him behind Jalen Hurts, well, okay, I think he'll make the team because they still do have Andy Dalton, but yeah, he might not though because he's still a raw prospect as a quarterback. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, maybe B plus is a little too high. I'd give it like a B minus. So just get like, hold on, just on there. Okay, so the hometown Steelers had a also interesting draft. Max Ichenor was a first round pick. First of all, that's an ease. Yeah, he has the talents to be a very good tackle. The only problem is, what the fuck's gonna develop him? Like he is a raw prospect, so like I feel like they have their tackles, so yeah, you can develop him behind people. And this basically just means that Roderick Jones has not been enough for the Steelers, so we'll see what happens because they still have Troy Fautanu, so it'll be nice. And I got Jeremy Bernard. I had him as first round pick, so that's a good steal. I think that it's their potential receiver of the future because Michael Pittman and DK Metcalf are getting up there in age, so they're still reliable, but this will be a good backup option. And Drew Aller is a Steeler. What? This will be a fucking interesting ass quarterback room for the Steelers. We can finally see the Steelers not make the playoff for like 20 years. They have like will play, but we might see them not have a winning season in like 20 years because the quarterback room is currently Mason Rudolph, Drew Aller, and Will Howard. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Otherwise, yeah, I like Dennis Dunker a lot, honestly. So they just double dipped on tackle, and I like it. And Riley Nowakowski. How the fuck did I say that right? Yeah, I like this draft. That's really it. That's why it's a B. Yeah, Sonny Styles is the only thing saving them from an F like this. Yeah, Sonny Styles inherently like a linebacker going this high is not very popular, but considering it's fucking Sonny Styles, he was so fucking good for the almost like Commanders Buckeyes. So yeah, I think it's a very good pick, especially because you need someone alongside Bobby Wagner. Not even alongside, you need a replacement. That that boy old as hell. Yeah, yeah. Otherwise, yeah, Sonny Styles was the only pick. I did not feel tempted by any other pick there. Not even a quarterback. I don't fucking care. And the Seahawks didn't do any better. Jadarian Price was a first round pick. Yeah, that's a little shocking. A little bit shocking because running back was a need. I felt like you could have gone without drafting a running back, especially in the first. So a little bit of a reach, but it might work out. That's yeah. I mean, I like Julian Neal, but I don't really feel strongly about Bud Clark too much. So, eh. Yeah, that's really it. Just meh. This might be a little bit of a hot take, but I also think the 49ers has an F grade of a draft because, yeah, I I like Kalen Black as a prospect. Otherwise, I don't really like any other pick. Like Enrique Cruz is cool, but like Deshaun, whatever. First, second round pick, really? First, like you had any other player on the board, and you went Sterling. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Yeah, Ruben Bain. This will be a weird ass video, but yeah, they got some fucking steals. Like Ruben Bain, I mocked this. I don't know how, but I did. And you know what? They ain't complaining at all. They need an edge rusher horribly, and they got it. They didn't double dip, which was a little surprising, but hey, Josiah Trotter is a good replacement for Devontae David. And Ted Hurst and Keon Scott. Holy shit, dude. Like, that first four picks are amazing. Like, that defense is going to be shored up, and your receiver room won't be dog shit. Yeah. Titans got Cardinal Tate. Very shocking, honestly. I did not expect that, which makes sense because receiver was a need. Still is, but at least you got him now. Keldrick Falk, eh, I don't think he'll be able to learn behind anybody, but that still is a good pick. Anthony Hill, very good pick. Yeah, that's really it. Just solid draft. Okay, thank God. Solid fucking draft. But Diego Pavia did not get drafted, so boo.